Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another stream. My name is Key, and this is Primitive. What's up? Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming by again. By the way, this is my third time streaming episode 35 of the Boring Stream. See, what happened was the first time I did the stream, I actually did a 3 hour stream. I just forgot to push the go live button, so I didn't record it. So that happened technically, but yeah, you're not going to see it here. And then last night I streamed again, episode 35, and went to take a break. I intended on taking like, maybe a 15 minute break. Tell me why I laid down and I didn't get back up till 10 a.m. So that ended up being a 10-hour stream, most of which was just this screen right here. So long story short, I'm here for another attempt at episode 35. I don't know what it is about this particular number or this stream, or maybe it's just me, but we gonna get back on the horse and try it again. So, same old stuff though. So what I'm working on right now is basically, if you've been following the stream, you know that I got a new keyboard, the Moonlander Mark One, and that's been a bit of a transition to get used to. The layout looks like this. Here's a split keyboard with thumb clusters, and I've been using it for under a week. I think it's been probably like 5 or 6 days. Um, I think 5 days actually. And then I've also recently in the stream been working on my Neovim setup and how to use it properly. So now that I've made both of these really significant changes, my current goal is to sort of like now just rebuild. Okay, I'm not gonna make any major big changes, at least at the moment. I'm just gonna try to get myself basically back up to par with where I was previously before I changed these things. And hopefully, not just back up to where I was before in terms of speed and efficiency and comfort, but hopefully to exceed that. I made these changes really because I believe that they're investments in the long term process that I use to write code and do computer work in general. Okay, so that's the plan. I was actually watching this video about how to use LazyVim, which is my configuration of choice at the moment, and I made it a pretty decent way before I fell asleep last night. Y'all, you know what? Y'all gonna have to forgive me because I've been busting my tuchus for a while. Okay, I've been busting my tuchus doing this streaming thing, and I got a day job, so this is like icing on the cake. Okay, so anyways, I'll make a good excuse whenever I get a chance to. But we gonna do this today. See how far I can get. My baby dog is in the background. He is down for a nap. At least he's supposed to be. I left him a couple of treats and his little favorite toy in there. Hopefully, he gives me a little bit of peace and serenity while I do this, and then I'll take him out in a little bit for a little potty poo poo break. So hopefully, I have earned myself a window of time since I basically have hung out with him since 9 a.m. and it is 1 p.m. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's 4 hours, okay? 4 hours is just how it's your big homie. What more could you ask for? Except for a nap. You ask for that. Okay. I'm going to pause the music and we're going to listen to this and watch this.
Vim config. And let's launch Neovim and get into it.
I forget where we were.
Base with CD dash. The stats show that most who watch my house direct to quick nice feature
Oh,
to be
this
able to
is
launch it,
Elijah
work,
Manor,
and so
by the
much
way.
more.
If you go to the official Lazy Vim um GitHub, this is the video that's linked in there. I also have the Lazy Vim link in the description below. And while you're down there, by the way, please fill out my survey. It'll help a lot for the channel.
I'm a big fan of LazyGit, so it's a nice feature to be able to launch it directly from Neovim.
Okay.
Another handy key map is be able to quickly
Oh,
set a
wait, I
new
need to go back
or
to
a
that section
terminal. Now
because.
let's see where we're at and use LazyGit by pressing leader GG. This view is a bit cramped since I'm zoomed in so far for this video, so I'll
Oh,
zoom
yeah,
out
yeah, yeah, yeah.
slightly
So that's the thing I don't
or I'll
have.
zoom back.
Leader GG is not. I need to search to see if it's somewhere else on my system. Because leader GG does not show me that. GE. Let's try that. Okay. I don't think that did what I thought it was gonna do. Um, I don't know what I'm looking at, but that's not what I'm supposed to be looking at. Let's close that. The leader G. I feel like what he's looking at is nope, it's not that either. These are all the commits. Um, leader G S. Okay, that didn't do. Let me um let me make a change here. Just a small innocuous change, and we'll just save that. Oops. Um, W. Okay, so leader G S. Okay, nope, that didn't work. Um, GG. Yeah, I don't see this. I haven't done anything to my configuration that is not standard either, so I don't know what they talking about. Um, I don't know what they talking about. Lazy Git. How do I see? I think I can do for lazy, and then can I search in this? Um, I don't see lazy Git in here at all, anywhere really. So maybe it doesn't come with it. Um, let's look it up online real quick. Maybe it's something I need to install. I mean, I really don't need to be all up in the lazy Git stuff because I'm quite comfortable with just working in the terminal. My workflow doesn't really require me to do all that a bunch of stuff. Um, I was fortunate enough to have senior devs that did not let me use GUI tools a lot when I was coming up back in the day. Um, I'm actually very fortunate for that, to be honest. Because Git is very disorienting, and it does not get less disorienting when you start using like these GUIs to help you see what's going on. Okay, I don't think I need that. I'm not gonna go get it, but I do want to check to see if it is even in my. I want to see if it's even in my my config though. Let me open up a new terminal here. We'll just cd um, what's it, dot config. Um, let's just do this. Um, I think I need to go to, let's check. Let me do a fuzzy search, I guess, and we'll search grep GG. So let's search lazy. Oh, that's not what I want. Why isn't it letting me type in there? Ugh, what did I do? Okay. Okay. Come on now, bruh. Come on now, Bresky. I gotta do this again. Gee. Um, I don't see lazy get. Do y'all see anything? 'Cause I don't. Let's see. Get. Okay. It's not in here, so I'm cool with that actually. Um, let's just continue
From
forward.
LazyGit, you could review your work, stage 5, be able to launch it directly by pressing leader FT from your root directory. Here, terminal by pressing leader.
I do
Another
like
handy
that.
key map is be able
Leader
to quickly
FT.
spin up a
Oh, that
temporary
wasn't it.
terminal by pressing leader FT from your root
There you
directory.
go.
Here, I'll
I
just
do like
run
this.
npm run, which will show a list of available npm scripts that I can run. And I'll just exit when I'm done. All right, let's quit our TypeScript project for now and transition
Oh,
to
okay. Something that we needed to do though was set the key map for being able to make the windows resized, basically. Um, I actually might need to do that right now. Let's I'm gonna check this out just real quick. Um, so this will go in what file? Keymaps.lua. Um, where's my dollar sign? Okay. Oh, no. Okay. So, um, the only thing is I don't know if this will be overriding. Also, I remember when I was looking at this yesterday, it was saying that there's a recommended way, which is to use um the alt option. Where's my alt button at anyways? I don't even know where my alt button is. Alt versus doing leader key. I don't, it doesn't make a difference for me, to be honest. Um, let me search. Oops. And let's see, resize. Oop. There's no resize. I know there's a resize because there's like a built-in Vim motion for it. Um, okay. I'm gonna try it, but let me actually make sure that my version is up to date. My version of my whole config stuff is up to date with what I have on GitHub. Uh, terminal. How do I do that again? Space. Uh, I need to make a cheat sheet of what this video is telling me.
Extending LazyVim from our initial site. Lips that I could run. I'll just run npm run from your root directory. Quickly spin up a... Here I'll just run npm run, which will show a list of available npm scripts that I can... Here I'll terminate directly from Neovim. Another handy key map is be able to quickly spin up a temporary terminal by pressing leader FT from your root directory.
Okay. So I could do git status. LazyVim.json changed. Okay. And the lock changed. I think that's fine. I don't actually need this. Um, and oh gosh, why can't I type? Oh, because I'm on a different layer. Ah, okay. Oh, 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 my dog isn't even barking. Let me change my sound back so I can hear the clicky typing. I thought he was gonna be like whining a lot more because he was rather energized when I put him down for his nap. So I'm surprised that he's not rebelling right now. Okay, so we're good on this. Now I can make my changes in relative comfort and confidence. Okay. Okay.
To be able to launch it directly from Neovim. Another handy key map is be able to quickly spin up a temporary terminal by pressing leader FT.
Okay, so leader F, what does F stand for? Find. Okay. What does R do? Oh, recent files. Okay, cool. Leader F. Oh, F. Nope. So I can't get out of that. Okay. What does CWD mean? Is that like the root level? Yeah, I don't know what that did that the other one wouldn't do. Okay. So I gotta press escape twice to be able to do my thing again. Okay. Oh, what did I do? I think what I might want to do really is just take all of these config files and have it make me, have it make me a cheat sheet based on this. That might be the best way to do this. If any of these actually have key maps in them. Oh, loud, I ain't touching any of this. I don't know what. Oh, it's just an example. Okay, so it's not being used. That's good. Oh, excuse me. Okay, init require config.lazy. Huh. Why do I feel like I'm not seeing something that is in here that this needs? Okay, so let's do this. Let's add those commands into the key maps here. And I'm fine with this being the Alt key. Don't make me no difference. Just paste it in there. And then okay, so now we gotta go to inits.lua. Make sure we require this in here.
The YouTube Music app has ad-free workout playlists just for your ears.
No, I would prefer to have it where it is. Okay, so I guess that's all I have to do other than restart my Vim session. Oh, okay, wait. There you go. Q. How do I just exit? Is there a way to just exit? Does that work? Okay, I just guessed it and it worked. Okay, let's try it now. So let's make a new. How do I switch again? Is it? That's not it. That wasn't it. Okay, there we go. And I can make a new window by doing Shift dash. Oh, that did something. Oh, that was make it bigger or smaller. Okay, we gotta reset. you know. Okay, there we go. So to make a new window, I know it was like this, and okay, that wasn't it. It was shift and no. Oh, that still didn't do it. That didn't do it either. Okay, I know I'm not tripping. Let me hold on. Hold on. Where is it at? Font size, reset, font size. What is going on?
space. Okay, no, space FK. SK. Split. Oh, okay. I didn't need to push the control. Okay. Okay. So this spam. And now I should be able to make what did I do? I just close it? Okay. Lord have mercy. Okay. How do I switch windows again? It wasn't this. Nope, that definitely didn't. Oh, that definitely didn't do it. Is it option? Nope, that didn't do it either. Was it shift? Shift and okay, control. Okay, so I could do space and then a pipe. Okay. So now I can hopefully make these resize by doing, yeah, it works. Oh, look at that. I can make the windows bigger or smaller now. And then I can go down and then I can make this taller or shorter. Okay. Hey! Okay. I don't know why I got so excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure we get this saved. Or git add git commit. Yeah. Dash. Oh, loud. I'm so dramatic whenever I make a mistake. Oh gosh. Okay. Up, 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 up. And we'll say add key map to key maps to resize windows. Yeah. Okay, so now we need to go ahead and install the lazy git. So let's look that up. Oh, I use this. It's weird that they're a sponsor. I got some thoughts about work, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Okay, so lazy git. I like this. I like it a lot. I like it and I want it. Okay, great, perfect, cool. I just want to install. Can you just take me to the installaciones? Gracias. What's all this? Okay. Is a trustworthy looking person who attends local sports games and gives back to your community with barbecue fundraisers. You know, I appreciate you, the humor. Okay, brew install. I thought this was something I needed to add to my Neovim. This must be something else. That must be something else. Yeah, that was something else. This is, I think, what I need. Okay, 2 months ago, pushing the time a little bit. Maybe that means it's stable. How many stars? 1.5K. I think this must be it. Some of these lo-fi beats really snap. Okay. What is this? Okay. I'm just gonna trust it. See, now here's another. Okay, so we were looking at the right thing. Okay, you know, sometimes you gotta investigate. That's the weird thing about Node JavaScript ecosystem. Sometimes you don't know what you're getting, and if you don't check, you're gonna get something you didn't want, or it wasn't a thing you thought you was getting. What is this? Float term? I don't know what that is. Okay, I think we're cool to do this. I'm gonna install this using LazyVim. Okay. And I think this must go in my what file? Let's see what Cloud has to say. I just know some dev somewhere is just so upset at me for using AI to help me learn and solve things. Yeah, what a good day and age it is that we live in, where you can learn new things much easier, thanks to the backbreaking work of those who came before us. You know, there's like a thing where people are like, "Oh, it was so hard in my time, and we had to do it this way, and it took me years to figure it out. And you figured it out overnight. You're not as great as me." You know what? I Sure, you can have that. You ate, girl. You ate. Okay, so we have to still install it in the at a system level. Okay, so I need to install this at a system level. I'm really impressed that my baby dog is chilling out. You know, sometimes it's really hard to know if my dog is just wanting to play or if he's tired, because puppies kind of act the same in both situations, low key. It's like subtle differences. But he must have been tired because he is out. He barely put up a fight. But before I put him in his crate, he was just like, man, my little dog, he be going crazy. He's not too much for me, but I can understand how people get dogs like puppies and get overwhelmed. But I'm a high energy person too, so okay. So let's go ahead and get this installed. Let's do it here. And while we're here, let's do brew. Update. Ooh, they giving you all my government name and everything. Child, it's trifling. It's fine though. Let's do brew update. I don't know what I have installed with brew on brew. Do 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 do. Hey, no commercials. I don't want it. Okay, this is what I do. I just put it on mute, let it do its thing, and we back. 6 hours later, this thing's still installing. Okay. While this is going, I could go to my init.lua and I got too many windows open. I don't need all these windows. I can do space B D. Why did I get a white keyboard? Losing my whole setup. Okay, sorry, I had like a little speck. Let's now switch to over here, and we can open up init.lua, and didn't I add something to this earlier? I thought I changed this where I had imported from my key map. Didn't I do that? I thought I did that earlier. Let me, oh, shit. Oh, well, let me do it again, I guess. I feel like I need it in there, but at the same time, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do it again. And then we're gonna also add into here my lazy vim plugin definition. So that's probably in plugins. What if I want to make a new plugin? Yeah, let's just do it in here. So let's make this basically the same. So I just need to return an object.
The moment you open the app. Try one month free.
And the curly brace is what it is. There we go. And then I can just paste this in. Wait, let's see how it looks in here. Yeah, we'll just paste that in there. Okay. And then we'll save this. So escape. Wait, did I have to import this into my? Nope. I think we're good. Okay, so W and was it lazy sync? I did that all wrong. Okay, I think that did it. So space, what was the key map for it though? Oh, space GG. Maybe I need to exit this first. Oh, ooh. Fancy. Francis Shamanse. Dark mode. Okay. So we know that that works, so that's good. How do I exit this? Okay, so let's open up Neovim again. Oh, I'm still in Neovim. Okay. You know what? There you go. Boom. Bam. Bop. Okay, so and then space G G. It works. Okay. Whew. I don't know why I get so nervous when it comes to changing my Neovim. I think I just had such a traumatizing experience when I very first had tried it. So every time I do it now, I'm just like, am I gonna break it? Okay, so now that we have this in a working situation, oh, let's go ahead and commit this. We can just use lazy get to do it. So space GG. I don't know how to use this though. So space, we're gonna stage that. Stage that. Okay, I like that. Oh, you could just do one button. Okay, we're gonna stage that. And we're gonna do a commit, just C. We're gonna say add lazy get. Okay. And then how do we push? How do I push? P. Is that it? That's the doing? I just did it? Oh, I do a capital P. Does that mean it's done? Okay. Well, nice. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and here, this is what we need to do. I have a cheat sheet and I really need to update my cheat sheet. So we're going to have Claude help me out here. Command space, and we're going to open up Mac down. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to say, I thought I pushed the wrong button for a second. Okay, I'm going to open this up. and we're gonna modify this.
The YouTube Music app can sense what you're
Okay, I
thinking.
found it. It's right here. Here's my cheat sheet. So we need to take this cheat sheet. We need to add specifically things that are for Neovim and also lazy git. Yeah. I'm gonna do some other keyboard. I don't know how to do that. I'm just gonna make myself lazy. It's fine. It's fine. Sometimes I do cheat. I do have an extra keyboard off screen right here, just in case I fall into hard times. And it might be there for a while. It's cool. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. But I do have an extra keyboard, and it does help. Yes. Give me the complete Okay. Let's see what it does. The way I sing on my YouTube, will have you thinking I'm tone deaf. But I ain't never been tone deaf. Not a day in my life. This is not rendering correctly. Oh, maybe I should have. I'm gonna refresh my screen when this is done. I think this is the same window, and they must have some type of bug. I just don't know when it's gonna be done, or if it's okay. There it goes. Let's refresh. Okay. This is looking better. Betterer. This is looking betterer and betterer. I'm going to go ahead and finish watching the video, and we'll see if we have any more to add. I like the lazy git thing. That is kind of nice.
Here I'll just run npm run, which will show a list of available npm scripts that I can run. And I'll just exit when I'm done.
NFL season is here.
What was that?
NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube.
These commercials are getting me. We're going to have to do it without the music for a little bit. I feel like there were other videos that did not have commercials. We're going to have to go back to one of them. Um, let me find one off screen. I really honestly would love to just pay somebody to make me a handful of looping background lo-fi vibe tracks. I would definitely pay for that service. If you or anybody you know can do that for me, let me know. Um, it doesn't. I don't even need to exclusively own it. I just want to have something that works. So if you or anybody you know can make me a royalty-free, um, infinitely loopable track, it don't even have to be like that. It don't have to be anything amazing. It could be run of the mill. I just want something I can play where I don't have to worry. Oh, hey, what's up, Oma? Hey, did you come by yesterday? I feel like you came by last night when I was streaming. I fell asleep during the stream, and I didn't come back till like 10 o'clock this morning. I didn't come back to 10 o'clock. I woke up this morning. I was like, ooh, when did I go to sleep? I looked around. Thankfully, my dog was in the crate, because if I had left him out while I was asleep, he would have caused havoc. But when I came to, I went to my computer. I was like, damn, the green screen's still up. The computer's still recording. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He probably came by and was like, where he at? I was asleep. I was knocked out. I was like, I woke up, slobbers all inside my face, hair looking crazy. That's me, though. You know, this is my third time doing episode 35, by the way, because the first time I did it, I forgot to push the record button. Last night, I fell asleep. So there must be something about the number 35 that's getting me tripped up. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Okay. So where are we at now? Okay, let's see.
Our TypeScript project for now and transition to extending LazyVim from our initial setup. But before we do, how about subscribing to this channel and liking the video?
Okay, I'll subscribe.
The stats show that most who watch my videos are not subscribers, but you can change that.
Yeah, I did. Okay, thanks. Goodbye.
And get in disabling stuff from the base LazyVim config. And let's launch Neovim and get into it. We'll open up NeoTree and navigate to the Lua config folder and open the options.lua file. This is where you could add your own custom options for Neovim. You can always reference to the documentation on what options LazyVim already provides. In our case, let's set the WinBar for Neovim, which is content that is displayed at the top of every window, where equals represents a separation point for alignment, M is a modifier flag of the buffer, and F is the path to the file in the buffer. So let's save our file and source it. And now you can see the WinBar in the upper right of the buffer.
Oh!
This might not be super helpful right now, but if you have multiple splits, it could come in more handy.
Wait, hold on. I want that. I want that. Yeah, we need to do that on my system. So where he did that again? Options. I would like a little bit of that, sir. Options. WinBar. Where's my equal button? So, what kind of Vim do you use? What's your style? Are you from Ukraine? Hey, what's up? I would love to go to the Ukraine one of these days. I was over in Europe. I wasn't anywhere near Ukraine, but the whole time I was there, I was just like, dang, I really wish I could visit there. I was in Slovakia and Austria and where else? And Hungary. And I was like, dang, I could just take the train, but I wasn't quite sure if that was a good thing to do. I want to go to Ukraine, I want to go to Belarus, and I want to go to Croatia. Those are like my next places in Europe I want to go to. Okay, so equals. Where's the equal button? Why is it on the other screen? Oh, I have one on this one too. It's up there. Okay. So my question to you, Poma. Okay, so what config do you use, or did you start out with? Did you start out with LazyVim or something else? Doom, Neovim. What did you start out with? And then also, how long have you been using it? I'm just really curious. Are you comfortable with it at this point, or what? I wish there was a way that I could bring people into the stream so I could chit chat. But I'm really curious since you're here. So percent. I really struggle with symbols. I've not quite figured out the symbols keys, like where they are, because I don't use them enough to have memorized them at this point. So M space F. MFer. Okay. Oh, bar should be lowercase b. I'm not convinced about the autocomplete stuff that's happening with my setup, because sometimes it's autocompleting, but very inappropriately for what I actually need. Okay, I think we're good on this, and we can go ahead and save. So how do you source this again?
And open the keymaps.lua file. Here we'll add a new keymap for normal mode. And we'll use the leader.sx keymap that will resume the last telescope picker that happened to be open previously. And we'll make this not recursive and silent. Okay, we'll save this, which will be auto-formatted. Now let's source this file and test it. If we press leader to kick in which key, we can see S to search, but then for the X, there's an empty spot. So we registered the keymap, it works just fine, but I didn't provide a description. So let's go back and do that. We'll go to the last argument and add a new DESC description entry to the Lua table, and we'll call it resume. Okay, so we'll save again, which formats the file, then we'll source the file again, and if we type leader S, we'll now see our new X with a resume next to it. And sure enough, it still brings up the last telescope picker. There's also an autocommands.lua file where you could register.
Okay, let's go back here.
And now you can see the tag of the buffer, and F is the path to the file in the buffer. So let's save our file and source it. And now,
so you just gotta do source %. Okay, cool. Now it's up there. That's great. Okay, so what else?
The win bar in the upper right of the buffer. This might not be super helpful right now, but if you have multiple splits, it could come in more handy. Speaking of splits, let's make a vertical split and open the keymaps.lua file. Here we'll add a new keymap for normal mode. And we'll use the
let's make a split, so where's the pipe? Okay, so T, and we can make this wider or shorter. I think that was oh, where's my cheat sheet? Was it this awkward for you? Oh, the thumbnails are all AI generated. Oh yeah, you tried LazyVim. You know, honestly, I don't know like where you are in terms of your comfort with like the terminal, or in terms of how high your frustration threshold is. But I tried about twice before I got to where I am right now. When I very first became a software developer back in 2018, I had two coworkers, one of whom was like a full time Vimmer, and another one who was just kind of used it and kind of told me a little bit about it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna try Vim. It can't be that hard. And back then, I was very intimidated by it. Um, and then I tried it again last year, like during the holiday season, because I just had a lot of time at home. I was working from home for like the Christmas break and everything. I just had like a lot of time, and it was really cold outside. So I was like, you know what? Let me just be cozy in my place and like learn some Vim. Didn't work out. Got intimidated. I couldn't even get past the installation with Doom Neovim. So this recent time when I started, the reason why I was able to get it to work is because I actually used Kickstart. So I used this one right here. And Kickstart is a pre-config as well, but the thing is that it's very minimal, so it's easier to kind of figure out what's going on. The actual config file is very small. Here it is right here. It's very small, and it also has good commentary inside of it. So it explains itself basically. So yeah, so I use this here basically to kind of help bootstrap me into how to use Neovim. The biggest thing that this helped me to do was understand how the configuration system works. Then the other thing I did was I did the tutorial. Oh gosh, my typing still sucks, but whatever. I used the Neovim tutorial that's like built in. I forget where it is. I think I might have a link somewhere. Let's Google it. Is it this here? Okay, if you just type in colon and then shift tutorial, then it'll open up the tutorial experience inside of Neovim. I know that there's like a GitHub page for it, but I just can't seem to find it. But basically, when you use Kickstart has within its instructions, if you follow the YouTube video that they have, it'll tell you to do this tutorial for Neovim. I did that tutorial. So this video right here, it had me go through the tutorial that's built into Neovim, and that helped a ton. Once I did that, then I felt a lot more comfortable to explore, and I also understood a little bit better how to resolve issues with like dependencies and stuff like that, which was the thing that prevented me from installing it the first couple times I tried. So yeah, so try this out if you're in that position, because I highly recommend it. Kickstart was great. Primogen, I don't know if you all watch Primetime, but Primogen recommended to start off with this Kickstart configuration, and that's what I did. Hey Valerie, what's up? How you doing? Are they AI generated? Yeah, so I use Midjourney, just like everybody else at this point. Funny story, I've been using Midjourney since it was in beta, so I don't know. It's kind of just such a part of my workflow now for anything. But yeah, I use it to make all of my thumbnails. I feel like I'm probably one of the top users of this platform. Well, maybe not anymore. I've definitely slowed down. But for a long time, I was one of the top users of this platform. I even have a really successful Instagram page with like 21,000 people following me. I don't know. If I hadn't slowed down, I probably would have been much bigger. But yeah, I use Midjourney. I've used Dolly, the one that's built into ChatGPT. I'm not really satisfied with the quality of its ability to do different styles. But Midjourney certainly is a beast, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Whenever I make the images for my videos and stuff, I try to make the images feel up like they're part of some type of sequence of events. Whenever I have like a specific live stream series that I'm doing, I try to make the artwork feel like it's a part of some type of story or something. Yeah, I could go on and on and on and on and on about that. Right now with this current stream, all of it's kind of based on like the moon and cyber futuristic you know, that kind of thing. Inspired by the Moonlander keyboard that I recently got. So I don't know how long I'm gonna continue this theme, but we got the moon with the eyeball in it, and then now this is like inside of the actual moon base with all these eyeball computers. Yeah, I'm a nerd about that stuff. But yeah, I use Midjourney. I can draw and paint. I have a master's degree in illustration, but I just don't think that the work I make lends itself to this, but that might change in the future. Palma said the biggest problems are on Windows. That could be a problem. Okay, I'm not going to harp on Windows. You can make your Windows environment operate like a Linux or a Mac, but honestly, just use PowerShell. PowerShell is great. It's not hard to learn, but there's a way that you can get Windows to use your Linux or Unix based commands. Let me see here. I forget what the thing's called, but I just Google it. There was a tool, because I remember I had to do this when I was very first learning how to program. It's called Cygwin, this thing right here. So if you get this on your computer, then you should be able to use the Linux-based commands, and then your experience is basically going to be the same as, you know, anything I would be doing on a Mac computer. So yeah, so maybe try this out. It'll make your Windows computer feel like it's not a Windows computer. Cygwin. I use this because when I was very first starting to code, I went to a coding bootcamp, the one I currently teach at, and they were like a Mac only thing. They didn't have any resources, you know, to help me out as a Windows user. And during the first part of the program, when it was work from home, I was like, you know what, I'm going to save my money and not get a Mac computer. I'm going to find a way to work around this. And so I got this here, and it allowed me to do all of my boot camp work on a Windows computer, and there was virtually no difference. But at this point, I just say, like, just use PowerShell. PowerShell is excellent. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. That's very similar to Bash. And also PowerShell works on any computer. So yeah, I don't know, give this a try as well. The one benefit of using Cygwin or like just a Linux terminal is that it's pretty universal. If you're ever going to be like working on virtual machines or virtual systems, most likely they're going to be Linux systems. And if you know those Linux commands, then you know you're going to be pretty free to work with like Dockerized, or let's say like different levels of virtualization. You're going to be more comfortable with that, especially with Docker, like any sort of headless operating system. How do you like working on Windows though? Sometimes I kind of miss it, or I feel like I'm missing out on something. Okay, so we have LazyGit set up here. And
Theater.sx keymap that will resume the last telescope picker that happened to be open previously. And we'll make this not recursive.
I'm not sure that this thing he's saying right now matters to me much,
okay,
so I don't know if I'm going to do this.
Which will be auto-formatted. Now let's search this file and test it. If we press leader to kick in which key, we can see S to search. But then for the X, there's an empty spot. So we registered the key map, and it works just fine, but I didn't provide a description.
Oh, not all plugins want to install on Windows. Hey, well, let me pose you this then. Have you ever considered maybe running a Docker container and then developing inside of that? Because if you get a Docker container and it's running Linux, then basically all you have to do is just start a session and SSH into it on your local machine, and then you can just develop inside of Linux on your, or you can just install a separate operating system on a partition on your computer as well too. So there's some options there. Try something really friendly like Ubuntu if you're not familiar with Linux. I think a lot of developers use Arch. I've never used Arch, but I think that's a good one too. But yeah, you can always get around that by just having a separate operating system that you can use either with a virtualization or by installing it on a partition. And I would recommend maybe that route if you don't plan on getting a Mac computer or a dedicated Linux computer. Yeah. But the Dockerized approach, I think that's a lot more accessible, and it's also like very easy to do. And if you run a Dockerized container and you mess up that environment in some way, shape, or form, you can always just restart it too. And there are some pre-made Docker containers for development. Let's see. I'm sure someone has thought of this, or you can make your own. Yeah, here's one right here, Neovim IDE. So yeah, so if you have Docker on your computer and then you just run this right here, you got to grab the image and run it, and then you have Neovim, and it's running inside of a container, and that container is Linux. Well, let me just check actually. Where is it at? Actually, I don't know what. Oh, this has a bunch of stuff on it though. TypeScript, Python. Oh, they have a Go one. I don't know what operating system this uses, but we can find that out here just by doing some sleuthing. I don't do a lot of Docker myself, so okay, so where's the Golang one, just for example? Let's check this out. Oh, actually, I might not be able to know this based on how this person put together their environments. Oh yeah, okay, so Debian. So yeah, so if you use this right here, this is going to be based on Debian, which is a distribution of Linux. So if you had something like this running in a Docker container, then you don't have to worry about the fact that you're on a Windows computer. Yeah. But yeah, that sucks. Honestly, I feel like if I was going to start over again, like as a beginner, or if I was going to have my own like cohort of students to teach, I would have like just the entire, all the newbies just use a Dockerized container for their development environment, one that can be respun up and also reinstalled on any system, because then you will always have a consistent, as long as you keep your image up to date with whatever changes you make, you'll always have a consistent development environment, and that's a big thing. It does take a little bit of setup, but if someone were to set you up and show you how to use it, I think this would be a great option. Yeah, and it seems like this one here has all the major things. So it has Java, Development Kit, LaTeX if you're into like doing math calculation stuff, Python, TypeScript, Golang, Flutter. I've never used Flutter before. But yeah, this type of thing is awesome. I kind of sorely neglect Docker. It's not the most fascinating thing to me, but I've done a lot of it in the past. Okay, so Let's see where we are.
So let's go back and do that. We'll go to the last argument and add a new DESC description entry to the Lua table. And we'll call it resources with a There's also a move on to another topic. Instead, let's open up the example.lua file from the plugins folder. This file has a lot of handy examples that you could pull from. None of them are executed because it returns an empty Lua table at the beginning of the file. So now I'd like to show you how to modify the default color scheme of LazyVim. Let's come down to line 11 and we'll grab until line 21. We'll yank those lines to use...
See, my thing is showing errors. And I'm kind of afraid to mess with it. I don't want it to break nothing. I mean, it's not, I haven't seen anything broken so far, I guess. So where is he at? He's CMP. Yeah. Okay, so this is the thing he's looking at right now. This thing right here.
A little bit. Over in NeoTree, you could press the question mark to get a helpful list of commands. On the plugins folder, we'll press A to add a new file called groovebox.lua.
That didn't work.
In this file, we'll return a Lua table and paste the lines that we just yanked. The Lua table on line 2 registers the Groovebox theme, and the other Lua table updates the definition of LazyVim and adjusts the color scheme option to Groovebox instead of the default Tokyo Night. Once we save this file, LazyVim is already aware that it's special. If we open up Lazy, you'll see that it's aware that we want Groovebox, but it hasn't been installed yet. And we can press capital I to install the new theme. Now let's quit and restart Neovim to see the difference. And sure enough, this is the Groovebox theme. Okay, let's try something else. We'll add a new piece of functionality to Telescope. We'll add a file browser picker. So let's add a file-browser.lua file to the plugins folder. And here we'll paste in a snippet that defines the plugin, which is an extension for Telescope. Then we can actually define
So extensions have extensions.
the key maps in the same file
What?
under the keys entry. Here we're saying leader S capital B will invoke Telescope using the file browser extension and using the path of the current buffer. And we'll provide a description so that which key works well too. Then we'll register the extension after the plugin loads. So let's save the file. Then we'll open Lazy, and we can see that the plugin isn't installed yet. And you can also see that it recognizes our custom key map, leader S capital B. We'll go ahead and install it with capital I, and quit Neovim, and restart. And here I'll press leader, then S, then capital B, and voila, there's our Telescope file browser, where we can navigate down into folders and back up. Okay, next let's change this dashboard LazyVim.
Let's try that out. So that was Telescope file browser. Okay. So, install plugin with your preferred package manager. And then setup and configuration. Okay. Oh. He made that seem so easy. Wait, it seems like he did less than what I'm trying to do.
And sure enough, this is functionality to Telescope. We'll add a file browser picker. So let's add a file-browser.lua file to the plugins folder. And here we'll paste in a snippet that defines the plugin, which
Okay. hijack. You ain't hijacking nothing. Why is his seem less than this? See, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. You start doing things, and I don't know how you did them or where you got it from. What is all this? How am I supposed to use this? Okay, I can just get it from here. Okay, plugins, file browser. So now we can go here and make a new file browser.lua. Like that. Excuse me. I don't know what the symbols here mean quite yet. But let me make sure this is saved. W. Okay. So then what do you do after that?
For Telescope. Then we can actually define plugin-specific key maps in the same file under the keys entry. Here we're saying leader S capital B will invoke Telescope using the file browser extension and using the path of the current buffer. And we'll provide a description so that which key works well too. Then we'll register the extension after the plugin loads. So let's save the file. Then
What did he type in to save?
So let's save the file.
Okay, that was way too quick.
Then we'll open Lazy, and we can see that the plugin isn't installed yet. And you can also see that it recognizes our custom key map, leader S capital B. We'll go ahead and install it with capital I, and quit Neovim.
That didn't work.
And restart. And
Oh, I gotta restart. Okay. How did he quit Neovim?
And quit Neovim and restart.
What's the fast way to quit Neovim? ZQ. Nope. Nope, that didn't work. I'm just gonna do this the easy way, or the other way. There we go. So now we gotta go back to Neovim. This should be loaded.
And here I'll press leader, then S, then capital B, and voila, there's our Telescope file browser, where we can navigate down into folders and back up.
Why does my computer say staff?
Next, let's change this dashboard LazyVim with something a little more custom. For this, we'll create a new file in the plugins folder called alpha.lua. And here I'll paste in a bit of code. So in line 2, we're referencing the existing plugin that LazyVim is already using. The ops function allows us to take the existing options that were defined elsewhere and to tweak them for our purposes. So I'm taking the section header value from the options and setting it to a banner that says Neovim with my Twitter handle underneath. So we'll save this file, quit Neovim, and relaunch.
Okay, so we could do that. I'm just gonna go over here and yoink it off of your thing. So alpha.lua. Let's make this file here while we're at it. plugins. And we'll just go ahead and yoink and yank it. I'm gonna yoink and yank it. See. Paste. Why? Oh, I must not be in the file. Wait. Escape. You. Here we go. Paste. And then this is the part here that I want to update. So V. Let's have Claude make me one. New. What's it called again? A header. Okay, so I want it to be make it say primitive and have my YouTube handle. Which is at primitive and my GitHub username, which is Mater Dev. Let's see how this looks. Ew. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Okay, I want a different style to the ASCII art. Something fantasy. Also, my emojis. Oops, that's not how you spell emojis. We gotta let them know. So it's a command control space. How do I do it? Command control space. Okay, how do I do that here? That's not how I do it. That was Command Option. Command. Oh, that wasn't it. Okay. Control, Command, Space. There you go. I got you, broski. Don't worry. I got you. What is this? What is the meaning of this? Okay, no. Give me a ASCII art of let's just have to give me an ASCII art of a wolf. How about that? What I would do? What? Okay. Let me start a new session because sometimes it don't. Actually, let me use ChatGPT. Oops, wrong button. Meant to do yoink. Y for yoink. Okay, what I want this to do. Oh, loud. Let's not do this with the theme. Let's not do this with the theme. There we go. Okay. I want a logo that is ASCII art of a wolf. Let's just have it do that first. Okay, you know, let's make it more wire, more detailed, and bigger plus, police. Okay, you know what? How about make a flame out of flame emojis. Bigger triangle. Wider, please. Equilateral, police. Put my quote underneath it. I forgot what my quote is. I have like a motto. I forgot what it was. It is though. It should be, what is it? Does it have fun, be intense? I just came up with this. Let me look it up. It's on my LinkedIn. It's my personal motto. I have like a whole manifesto that I'm like working on for myself. Posts, comments, posts. You. Where is it at? Where'd it go? I make a lot of posts on LinkedIn. Here it is. Follow your joy, be intense. There you go. Ooh, wrong button. That's the motto. How about this? Let's just give it this here. And we'll say, here is an example config. I want it to have the name primitive instead of Neovim. How about that? No, like the first one, the text should be ASCII art. In fact, get rid of the fire pyramid, replace it with ASCII art of primitive with flames to make the letters. Okay, close, but Prismacy. Okay, you know what? Let's go back to Claude. Claude didn't do me wrong. It's a shame. It's a shame, and I'm upset. Okay. I want to modify my header so that it has the word primitive instead of Neovim. Okay, that's a good start. We ain't gonna get too crazy this time. Can you make the word primitive out of flame emojis instead? Okay, I kind of like this. I just want the M to be the one with the flame instead, I guess. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna accept this one. So let's go back and say Okay, underneath, change it to have the handle at primitive for YouTube, Mater dev for GitHub, and put my quote, which is follow your joy, be intense. I'm gonna take a break here, not too long from now. Probably just in a few moments. So yeah, I need a break. I need a break to live my life. Follow your joy, be intense. Okay, I think this is good. And we'll make a slight, I'm gonna make a slight alteration here. Let's do that, and remove some space here so it's centered. Okay. So after I do that, whoops, then what do I do? I gotta close this. Failed to run config alpha. Goo Lord. Oh, okay, so I need to install this. Okay. Q. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. And let's see. Let's go here. Lies.
A customized dashboard. Neovim underneath. Square to alpha.lua. For this, we'll create a new file in the plugins folder called alpha.lua. And here I'll paste in a bit of code. So in line 2, we're referencing the existing plugin that LazyVim is already using.
Oh, do I already have that plugin? I might not. Okay, yeah, I guess I don't have that one, so. So I think we can just take this, I guess, and yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can just take this whole thing, I guess. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna paste it in there. W and let's go ahead and Q. It didn't work. Okay. It didn't work. I'm just gonna try this first one before I do the other one. There you go. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Okay, I'm gonna make one small change because I do not like that it's not completely centered like the way I wanted it to be. restore. Nope, that's not what I want. I actually did not mind the default stuff here. So I'm just going to remove this part. Yeah, I don't mind this. And also I want to that's good. Okay. Well, let's see what this does. I don't know what this does. There you go. Okay, so that's cool. Um, okay, so this would be kind of nice. This would be kind of nice. I'll just do this. So fig, let's go up here. I don't want to lose my manual updates, so I'm just going to do this. This is what you should update. Oops. Okay, that didn't work. Yoink and paste. So let's go ahead and take all of this and get rid of it. Instead of doing this whole back and forth thing, let's just do it here. Okay, so now we got find files, projects, P. This is close. I really just want it to show me the directory. Yeah, that's what I want to set it as my working directory. Let me make sure there's no difference. I mean, there's a difference, but do I have the essentials? Yeah, telescope, load extension. Okay, I'm gonna have to show it what I'm seeing here. Okay, that didn't work. I guess we could do FD. I don't want to do anything that's gonna like require me to. Yeah, I don't want to do anything that's going to require me to have additional steps for installation. We'll try it though. I'll try it. Okay, this is what I wanted. And then now I can go to the actual project, which for me is the turn-based game spec. And then I can open up my files like that. Okay, cool. That's good. That's nice. Very, very nice. No, we don't need this anymore. And cool. I forgot what I was doing before I got carried away with that. But I do know I'm gonna take a break, so don't go too far. But if you go anywhere, make sure you come on back to the wolf pack, and I will catch you in a little bit. Oh wait, I got a question here in chat. Takuya Matsuyama's videos. He has a Dev's live channel on YouTube. Ooh, okay. Let me see it real quick. Let me see what that is. I like that name, Takuya Matsuyama. Oh yeah, I know this person. I didn't know his name, but I've seen his videos before. Yeah. So this guy here is a very big inspiration just for the aesthetics. I think because I saw his videos, it just made me feel like I want to have like a nice, beautiful experience with coding. And that's why I have like all my backgrounds, my weird colors and my themes and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, he was inspiration for that. So I am not subscribed, but I will subscribe. That's not my account. Wrong one. Boom. There you go. So what's his name again? Devis Life. He got 2 subscriptions today from me. So boom, boom, bam, bada bing. Okay. Very nice. I might end up doing my own like Neovim setup video. But I'm gonna, for now, just I'm gonna do, oops, not that. What am I doing? Space. S, oh wait, space E. Do I need to be inside of a, okay, we'll just get rid of that. What's my LS here? Okay, let's do config. Any of these is fine. Okay, when I come back, I need to figure out what am I doing wrong in terms of updating and saving files and stuff, because apparently these buffers are still remaining open. Maybe that did it. Anyways, let's go ahead and do lazy vim. Whoops. Or lazy get. What was it? G. G. B? Nope, that wasn't it. Okay, let's try it one more time. G. There we go. Okay, so this is not the folder I want it to be in. Okay, so now we're here. I think we can go ahead and add these. Push. Okay. Let's just go to GitHub real quick just to make sure I'm paranoid. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in, I don't know, like 15. Oh, he uses Lazy Vim. Okay. I'm gonna have to check out more of his videos. I haven't had a chance to really dig into his content. Ooh, HTMX. Okay, yeah, I haven't had a chance to like really dig into his stuff, but I am very curious. I like that he his videos just don't really fit into the normal vibe that I see when it comes to techie software dev videos on YouTube. It's very like aesthetic and let me rephrase that. The guys who make videos on YouTube don't tend to make very good looking videos. I'll just put it like that. But his are really nice. Okay, so I'll be back Give me like 15 or so. I'm gonna get like a little snack and maybe just yeah, just mostly get a snack. So I'll be back. Don't go too far, but if you go anywhere, make your way back to the wolf pack, and I will catch you in a little bit. Okay? See ya. Ayo, I'm back. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm back. Took me a little longer than I thought. I took my dog out to go potty, and he made a little tinkle mess, so I have to clean that up. You know what? I will say one thing. I don't want to gross anybody out, but I don't know if you have a dog, but dogs are disgusting. Like, you know, and I think I'm a very good attentive owner, but since I have a dog now and I know what the actual experience is like, there's no way I want anybody else's dog to ever be all up on me. No, you couldn't convince me. First of all, the pads in their paws trap anything that they've stepped on. And if you have a boy dog, your dog very likely pees on his feet because they can't aim it. Your dog doesn't care if the urine goes on its feet. So that's the first thing. Is up inside of the pads of any male dog's paws is dirt and pee. So I don't want your dog jumping up on me. Okay, I'm just saying. Woof, woof, woof. Don't do that. The second thing is, you know, I know most people do not like washing their dog in the shower bathtub, and most dogs don't like it either, unless there are certain breeds that really like water. So the second reason why I don't want anybody else's dog on me, is because I know that dogs poop in their crates. Even just a little bit. Even if you're a mature older dog, every once in a while your dog is going to take a shit in the crate if you got one. Sorry to be the cuss, but you know what I'm saying. And so I just don't trust that people give their dog a full bath after every time that happens. So therefore, I'm not even going to risk it. I don't want your dog on me. Your dog's poop, fecal matter. No, thank you. My dog is clean. I will bathe my dog anytime he, is exposed to poop. And I try to bathe him like once a week. But you just don't know other people's dogs, But I sure am happy that dogs don't poop as much as they pee. Because if they did, I would be in some serious mess. I don't think I would have a dog, to be completely frank with you. And it's very hard to raise a puppy because, like, my puppy is 5 months old, and he recognizes that the outdoors is where he should go. But that won't stop the problems. Like, just knowing that he needs to go outside doesn't stop or help that much. Because the issue is your dog has to learn to communicate to you that they need to go. It's not enough to just hold it, because they'll hold it as much as they can. I think they always will try to hold it. But if they don't know to come and tell you or to communicate in some shape or form, that's when it becomes challenging. Like with my dog, I think I'm gonna buy a bell or something that he can go ring, like ring a bell, and that'll like be the signal. But the problem is that when they're puppies, they're in their crates for so long. So if they're in their crate, they really can't signal to you in an effective way, because it's hard to distinguish if they're just whining about the crate or if they're actually needing to go out. Anyways, that's my life. I love my puppy, by the way. Okay. So where were we? I'm going to stream for probably another 40 minutes. And then I'm going to hop off here because I have some other stuff to do.
Ops function allows us to take the existing options that were defined elsewhere and to tweak them for our purposes. So I'm taking the section header value from the options and setting it to a banner that says Neovim with my Twitter handle underneath. So we'll save this file, quit Neovim and relaunch, and hey, a customized dashboard. Okay, so we showed how to get started, how to add your own settings, and how to modify existing settings. Before we conclude, let's show how to disable some features that you may not want on the base LazyVim configuration. For this, we'll add yet another file to the plugins folder called disabled.lua. In this file, let's return a Lua table with an entry that disables the Spectre plugin. Maybe you don't like this plugin, and you'd rather use Telescope, Quick Fix Lists, and CDO updates instead. So let's save this file, quit Neovim, and relaunch.
Okay.
Now when we launch WitchKey and go into S for search, you will no longer see the R key registered for the Spectre plugin, because it was disabled.
What is Spectre?
I know I showed a lot during this video, and it was a bit of a whirlwind, but I hope that you learned something interesting. Believe it or not, there's a whole lot more LazyVim provides that I didn't even show. I highly recommend that you check out the documentation. There's some great stuff in there. And until next time, keep learning. And
Let's
please leave a comment about what you think about LazyVim.
What other videos does Elijah make? Oh, I already subscribed to him. Okay. Oh, I did earlier. Man, his whole thing is like Neovim. He must be like one of the maintainers or something. I should put your GitHub link in here, buddy. There is a Claude AI plugin I'm curious about. I'm really curious about it. Let me look this up. Claude AI Neovim. And it can do text completion and all that kind of stuff too. It can even make whole components for you because it understands the context of whatever's open in your buffers. Yeah, it doesn't do completion, but it can definitely inject code for you. Do they store these videos just in the file? Where are these videos coming from? Vimeo? TWIMG? What's that? That's hilarious. PBS has had to address the fact that Twitter uses a subdomain that has PBS in it. Therefore, people get confused and think that PBS is in the business of hosting images in the cloud. But really, they're just a public broadcasting service. That's hilarious. Oh, hey, Palma. So the tech stack that I'm using this for is Go. I'm working on this project. This is actually supposed to be the thing that I'm mainly streaming, except that I'm taking a break to learn Neovim and also practice my keyboard. But this is the main thing I'm working on. This is Golang. I actually teach JavaScript like in my day job, but Golang is my preferred language when I'm not at work. So I only have it set up for Golang. Right now, at least. And this is the project here I'm going to be working on. Maybe like in a couple of days. Actually, maybe tomorrow. I really don't need to wait. It's just going to be really awkward while I'm still getting used to the keyboard. I'm making some type of game battle mechanic. I don't know if it'll be a server or just a simulator. Probably a server because I actually want to be able to play it at the end and be able to play it enough to record some data for how games could go. I don't know. I need to build I want to build some type of simulator that can play my game that I make for me. so that I could use that to train a bot to play the game so I can play against that bot. And then that'll be kind of like the game is like I can play these combat rounds with the bot, and maybe put that online so other people can play it too. So that's my goal. But I'm just starting out with the battle mechanic, and then figuring out how to make like just a really simple service for it so I can actually see it in action. What do you? So aside from that, aside from Golang, I guess I don't have a lot of other things configured aside from Golang, to be honest. Just for this at least. I'll probably get Node, the whole Node stack set up. I imagine that I'll also get. I haven't decided between Rust, Zig, or C as my low-level language of choice. Very likely it'll be C, even though Zig is like super fascinating to me. But I'll get it set up for that too. And those are really the only languages I use right now. That stuff. With Node, it's just React, SQL, Express backend, probably the stand for the front end state. Keep it simple. Heroku. I don't know if there's like a Heroku plugin, but that would be nice too. Either Heroku or Netlify. I tend to use Netlify for my deployments. I feel like they're more generous. More generous with the free tier. Okay, let's I think, did we finish that video? I was at the very end of it.
In the past at college, I've struggled with people using the same words again and again in my essays. I do a lot of writing and tools like...
In this video, we'll be looking at, and here I'll paste in a bit of code. So on line 2, we're referencing the existing LazyVim configuration. For this, switch key and go into S for search. You will no longer see the R key. I know it showed a lot during this video.
Okay, yeah, we were done with that. Okay, so the Claude AI pair programming thing here, I want to use this, and it seems like it's fairly straightforward. I might need to do this off stream though, because it's going to require me to give it my token, or there's just like a risk it will print my token to the console, and I don't want to do that. I should probably just store that in a environment variable. But yeah, it would be nice to have Claude here to be able to explain things without me having to go to a separate window. Oh, that's risky. So it's not even included in your standard. I guess it's not included in your standard subscription service. Yeah, it's a whole different service. I didn't know they had a API level service. Makes sense, but I just never looked into it. So, well, if that's the case, wow, that's kind of a bummer. And you have to have a whole different account too. That's weird. Hmm. I would have to do the math on it to see like how much does my usage compare. But the problem is that I have projects that are in mine, and I would have to probably I have like actual knowledge based projects that I use to help me with my some of my coding conventions and like sort of the patterns and stuff I use. And I want to have that as an influencing thing for how my chatbot responds to certain questions. Um, but I don't think I could have that if I did it this way, or at least there'd be like a lot of engineering I'd have to do to make that work. Hmm. But it could be worth it because having something that can read the context of the windows that are open or the buffers that are open, that in and of itself is highly valuable. Because I don't think that the generic Copilot could even do that. I don't want a completion bot. I want something I can just dialogue with. I prefer the dialogue thing. Yeah, I don't want AI to do my work for me. That makes work boring. Makes it into a click fest. I don't like that. I don't want to just be sitting there clicking around. I want to be able to actually think. That's what makes it fun. Okay, so I'll have to look into that a little bit later, I guess. I'm going to save this for later. Okay. Is there anything else I want to do with my Neovim setup? Um, I wonder if lazy Neovim has like anything in it that helps you to better understand your key maps other than that generic key map search, because that one is terrible looking. I need like a more aesthetically pleasing way to look at my key maps. Um, It's a cute little website. I like this. Um, lazylock.json. Okay, Mr. NPM. Packagelock.json. Y'all, I'm trifling. I just finished off this Greek yogurt with a fork. And I know somebody out there is judging me, but you know it takes a lot of vulnerability to stream, so keep it to yourself. Oh man. Yeah, I just destroyed that yogurt with the fork. I'm not even gonna lie. And I did it on camera because I have Audacity. Hey, what's up, Marcos? How's it going? What you up to? I just did some updates to my Neovim setup here. Oh, you want to see something cool? Check this out. I made it say primitive, so you know I gotta keep it on brand. Different, yes, I'm built different. Ugh. Yeah, I'm built different. You know what? I have a very long, rich history of eating foods with forks that just don't seem to need the forks. Yeah, this is a very long-standing tradition in my part of the universe. I should just go ahead and make that a part of the brand. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and you're not gonna find that anywhere else. I was raised by animals. Okay, lazy button. Yeah, but basically I customized this here and I added a new thing here because one of the things I didn't like is having to CD into the correct place to start opening a project and all this other stuff. So I added a new link up here for projects, and then now I can see all of the directories that are in my projects folder in order to start, you know, my Neovim session in that working directory. So I don't have to like do the weird CD thing anymore. So that's nice. Super nice. I don't know. I did like a couple other things too. I was trying to figure out if there is a better way that's like already built in to see the key maps a little bit more aesthetically. Let's see, key map viewer maybe. And I'm also typing on this new keyboard that I got. Man, it's been so awkward, but it's like trying to learn Neovim as well as typing on a split keyboard with thumb clusters is woof. Yeah, I can put some forks in the thumbnail. Hey, you might be starting something here. You might be starting something here. Okay, so these are all the ones here that I need. Let me go ahead and I don't need all of these. What is overseer? So I need all these general ones here. Oh, that's nice. UF. Oh, that disables the formatter. Okay, I don't want to do that. Yeah, so I have a cheat sheet actually. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in there. What does N and NT stand for? Oh, normal. I don't know what X stands for. Is that command mode? Okay, so let's just have it add this to my. It was in another session I had earlier. Is it this one? Nope. You know what? I'll just say here, make me a lazy cheat sheet for the shift enter. Oh. Having a split keyboard makes you really think about where your fingers are. and it makes you very aware of your body maps to your hands. At least for me, it's called helpful. Is it? Is it helpful? Would you rather be helpful or lazy? That's a great philosophical question. Uh, wow, it's getting deep right now. I'll take a little bit of both. Helpful laziness. How about that? Okay, and we'll say here is my original sheet. I'm gonna put this in my in my repo that I'm storing my config stuff into. I think that'll be like a nice place to keep this. There we go. I really didn't think I was going to spend all day doing this, but here we are. 3 hours and 14 minutes into a stream. Okay, this is a more complete document. Is this everything? Actually, I think it's everything because it wouldn't have rendered this other stuff if that was it. Sometimes Claude is really bad with truncation. Like, frustratingly bad. It's one thing I do not like. It's great at having context to things. Like if you give it lots of files and stuff, it's great at that. And it's great at writing code. But it's terrible at truncation. It just becomes very aggressive about truncating. Okay. Oh, you can yank entire line with YY. That's nice. Is that actually my tab management? It is, okay. Just double checking. Never know. I also want to write a copy of an online game, but I'm still learning. I made a battle calculator for it. You don't mind? Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see it. Yeah, similarly, I don't know anything about game development, but I do know one thing. I don't want to make boring stuff. I'll just put it like that. You know, I don't think I want to be a game developer, but you know, a lot of times, like when you try to look up or like learn things, it's always in the context of like something very commercial, which is great for getting a job, but it's not very fun. And I need something that's just going to be fun for me. So I don't I feel like if I make a game, it's gonna be more like a Tamagotchi or like Neopets or like RuneScape or something, more along that vibe. Like I don't really know. I just don't, like I want a game that isn't like hardcore graphics and like, I can't see myself wanting to make anything like that. How about like just the word gamification? I like the idea of making gamified experiences, but not like a full fledged game. So right now, I only care about the battle mechanic and the character generation. I did a project previously where I made a generator. Let me show you really quick, actually. This is for the same game, but I did this in Python because I needed to do this spike in order to prove a concept of how to generatively make monsters stats. So let me run all of this. So basically, the idea was like I'm making this game engine, which I did a spike for a while back. Here it is right here. So originally I made this. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna run. We can try to run it. Base. I hope this runs. Please. Okay, so I made this battle simulator a while back. I actually just straight up used ChatGPT, but it did take me like 2 or 3 hours to do this, but it was just like a really quick build. And I made this where there are 2 characters and they can take turns issuing attacks, and their health pool will actually go down, or at least it should if the attacks land. Okay, it's still buggy. But the idea, oh yeah, so he lost some health. He lost a lot of health actually in that round. What happened? $75 damage. Okay. Well, anyways, so the idea was like, okay, I have these 2 characters here, but I want to actually have many different characters, and I don't want to have to make them myself manually. So I was like, how can I populate a game with a bunch of different characters like this, but have them all created with code? And then I can figure out, the image, the artwork, and all that kind of stuff later on. So I did this. It's called HumonGen. Stands for homunculus. But basically, it's just like a generator that can make like monster statistics. And each of these monsters can become their own individual creature later on after I develop it. And I created this algorithm so that there are like these rough groupings. Like, for example, each of these groupings will have a bias towards one of the stats being like their strongest stats. So you can make an assumption that anything pink, for example, is going to be especially, let's see what, it's going to be especially biased towards, it looks like their bias is probably towards magical defense and speed and stuff. We can look at the parent actually. This might be a better example. So like you can see here that everything that is under the green will have a bias towards magic attack, magic defense, and physical defense. And so basically as these nodes go downwards, they inherit from their parent. So this could represent like an evolutionary tree for characters, like 6 main characters, and then they can go off and have subclasses, and then even like a tertiary level of subclasses too. They're all different. I wanted each of the classes to have its own number of subclasses and stuff. So everything about this is all basically generative. And now I can take these stats, all these different stats, put them in a database, and then make it where instead of having this 1 or 2 characters, I can pick from any of those characters in the database and then do a battle simulation between those two. The only last piece I'm missing is that I have to come up with skills for each of these, but I also want to have a generative system for skills. So I'm going to have to basically break down like what is a skill. Well, a skill is like divided into different classifications. A skill can be either something that does damage in some way, shape, or form, or a skill can be something that, and damage would include healing. Healing is a negative damage, and offense is a positive damage. But then there's also some skills that are buffs, and buffs are just combinations of primitive things, like right, like there could be a buff that's like a combination of heal over time plus increase of defense. But heal over time is its own method. Increased defense is its own method, and the combination of those two together make a skill. So I'm gonna have to come up with like this syntax, I guess, or this way of like deconstructing what do buffs actually represent. And so they're like fundamental elements. That way they can be used in combination to make any variety of skills for these different characters. And then I'll have all that basically generatively assigned. I'm going to have to think of a rule set too in order to keep things balanced. So that'll be the next part. What online game are you trying to make a copy of? Can I tell you like a random story? So my first roommate was like a video game. He was like a video game hacker. I don't think he did anything like super serious, like, but he would like. He actually was a part of a team that made this game called Ragnarok Online. He was a part of the team that made that into like a what's it called? Private server game. You know how sometimes they'll make private servers of like mainstream video games? Well, he was a part of a group that did that for this game called Ragnarok, which came from Korea. And he was like also like a video game hacker or something like that. I wasn't all up in his business, so I really didn't know. At this time, I was not a computer developer. I didn't even know how to program that much, like just like a little bit for like the web. But he like was like really into games and deconstructing them and like reverse engineering them. And I think he had tinkered around with like what's that game called? Guild Wars. Guild Wars 2 was like his main game, and I think like Counter-Strike because it was really popular at that time. That's my random story, but yeah. I remember like being younger. He's like a year older than me. I remember like looking at what he could do with computers and just like sort of envying it. Now he's a software engineer, and yeah, he's legit or whatever. But he was like a gray hat, white hat type of like hacker. Those are like the good guys. Not gonna lie, I have a file that I set to shortcut just to bring up my favorite key bindings. Yeah. I should probably do something like that too. Right now, I've just been having my key bindings in this markdown document here. But, you know, I feel like there's probably a better argument for doing this in a more generative way. So I don't have to keep remaking this. I don't think this will be a long-term thing. I think this will only be useful for as long as it's kind of like new to me. I think after a while, I won't need to refer to this anymore. I'll know enough to get by. But that was one thing I wanted to do, so I got that updated. Actually, since I'm here, let's go ahead and make the file to put that in. And I should probably get some type of markdown renderer for LazyVim as well. How do I switch windows? There we go. So we're gonna go up here. Let's just do it down here. We'll call this cheat sheet.md. And then we'll yoink from here. And then we'll pasta in here. Okay. I think we're good. And I'm also wondering too, how do I make a markdown renderer? This might be one of those things I actually don't need. But we're gonna see. Let's see. What is this screenshot giving? Ooh, oh, ooh, yeah, that's what I need. Okay, so it's just gonna let me edit it while it's rendered. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot of it. Um, yeah, I like that. Yeah, gotta see where to put it though. I think it can go in here. We'll call this one, what is its name? Render markdown. Dot Lua. Forgot the return. You. Okay. Render.md. I think that's fine. Let's see. Lua sync. I don't know. I don't know the difference between install and sync, to be honest, but you know what? I did all three of them, so we're gonna just take it like that. Okay, so I can do source. Okay, so let's see if that worked. I guess we can just exit this. Oh, it worked. Nice. Very, very nice. It's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I have a terrible British accent, by the way. Okay, so yeah, we got a nice little. So now, if I could just get, maybe I need a shortcut that will just open up this specific file in a buffer. That way I could just have it here. Because if I had that, I could just go full screen like this and not have to worry. Huh. Let's make a split screen. I need to see my keys. I need the pipe. Where's the pipe button? Oh, it's T. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I'm doing the thing I did earlier. Let me fix my font size. It is. Let's find here. Window. Leader. Okay, so leader T. Leader T. Okay. Yeah, if I could have something like that. That would be so nice. Oh, I also need to look up how to properly close because I'm keep getting this message. Why is this so wide? Okay, and then to make it narrow is what again? Control. Okay. Oh. Oh, command. Nope, that didn't do it. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Okay, let's take that back. Why am I so confused right now? Increase window width. Yeah, control left. Or command left. Okay. Yeah, if I could have this be like, oh, it's gone. Oh, that looks bad. That looks just as bad as the built-in one. Okay, well, anyways, at least I'll have this for reference if I ever set this up on another computer somewhere. So, okay, I think it's about time that I get off here. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 33 minutes, now 34. Yeah, global shortcut for a buffer, exactly what I did. I call a global shortcut for a buffer. Can you say more about that? Yeah, Markdown render is nice. Macdown is the one I use. It's like my go-to. But if I'm working in VS Code, then I just use that. Okay, let's see. It seems that sometimes I'm not closing buffers correctly. I get a message saying the SWP file already exists. Oh, I see. Yeah. I could see myself maybe having a command line bash script for that just entirely opens up a new terminal in general. It launches a new terminal and has that file open in it. But then if I do that, then I might as well just use Markdown because that's kind of what I'm using it for. Okay, Vim creates a file, SWP file when you edit a file. Recovery after crashes prevents multiple edits of the same file. Backing up changes before they are saved. Okay. Quit all buffers. Okay. I could actually use that one. QA. Yes. Okay, that's how you get out of Vim. Okay, nice. I don't know how to get this here to be pointing towards the directory I'm already in. This is lazy git. Okay, so git. And capital P for push. I really do like lazy git. It's quite nice. I'll say that. I actually like lazy git more than I like the built-in git feature for VS Code. It's just way more simpler to do. I wonder if the key bindings for Neovim and VS Code let you do that. Okay. Woo. Do you, Marcos? Do you save your Emacs configurations on GitHub? Prompt 2 asked me if I wanted to steal the file. Yeah, sometimes I just like panic and I just quit Neovim like abruptly, and you know that's sometimes just what I do. Or I'll just close the buffer window, but I'm not closing the buffer. I guess I have to get used to that. Okay. Well, I think I'm done for now though. But I'm gonna stick around here for a second because I was curious. Like, do you put your Emacs stuff on GitHub? Have you been able to successfully replicate your config on another computer? How's that going for you? I need to set it up where I can just have like a video call session while on stream so I can talk to people. I'm sort of glad that I can still use my mouse in this, not gonna lie. I feel like when I tried to use Neovim back in 2018, you could not do that. And I think that was the part that scared me away, was the utter sense of helplessness. Now you can kind of do a lot. In fact, you can copy and paste and do all this stuff, which I might use. I kind of realized that I don't need to go for the goal of completely being mouse free all at once. Like maybe I should just like settle for a combination, as long as I'm just seeing an improvement in my productivity and like moving towards that, the goal. So needing to do it all on my keyboard is it's a beautiful aspiration, but it's a very long-term thing. Hopefully by the time Christmas break is over, like the new year starts, hopefully I'll be comfortable and kind of restored. Let's do some typing practice actually. What's that website that I was using before? I found this really good one. I can't remember what it's called. Let's open up my other browser. Not monkey type. Maybe I'll find it if we search. Keyboard. Yeah, that's what it is. Keyboard is really good. Let me sign in really quick. Okay, here we are. Keyboard is awesome. Don't need that. Got it. Cool. And let's go dark mode. Let's do some keyboard to end the session, the stream. Let's see how this goes. No ads. Thank you. Okay. Sometimes Speechify is just like, bro, leave me alone. Okay. I miss all those C's. You're right. Oh gosh. Okay, no Honda, please. Go away. Oh, this. I hate ads. Here, let's just leave it here. Oh, my word per minute is 58, almost 59. Okay, when I first switched over to this keyboard, the best I could do was like 26. So I'm almost double of that. Okay. $59. One down, 57. Oh, 50, I was slow. I got hung up because I accidentally hit my my layers key. One more. That P was messing me up. I almost cussed. That P was getting me. Oh gosh. Okay. This is a cool app because what it does is it starts you off with just one letter, and it just basically will continue to add letters so that you can kind of, I don't know, instead of getting everything at once, it just kind of helps you progress letter by letter so that you can focus on them individually in the context of words. So it's really nice. As you can see, I've gotten a little more than halfway. So, but I really like this. Monkey type is cool too. Let's actually use some monkey type. If my dog starts barking, then I'm just going to get up and go though, because I am a little bit in overtime, and he's doing me a favor by being asleep. So, but I do need to take him out to eat. He's got dinner soon. Oh no, that's turned out real bad. Ugh. Lies. The lies you tell. That was really bad. That was really bad. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna leave on that note. Thanks for coming by. I'll catch you later. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. Get off of my screen. Advertisements. Okay, I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get back into my project. We'll see how that goes though. Thanks for coming by. And if you go anywhere, don't go too far. But if you do, you can always come on back to the Wolf Pack. My name is Key, and I'm out. Deuces. By the way, if you're still watching this, if you're still listening to my voice, if you're still listening to my voice, do me a favor. Go down to the description bar below and click the link for the survey. Survey makes this channel better. And that's what we all want. So help a brother out. Fill out that survey now. I'll catch you later. Adios.